Once again, good morning to everyone. 1-7. Today we will discuss the continuation of our topic last week. We will talk about the concept of discrete probability distributions. As you can see from our Google Classroom, I've attached the LAS 1.2 pertaining to this lesson. You can browse it as well. So some of the contents on that file are also here within my PowerPoint. Pasensya na pag may mga pumapasok, mag-alt tab lang ako kasi separated screen po kasi siya eh. Okay, the topic is about discrete probability distributions, and then last week, as we recall, we discussed about the introduction, some fundamental concepts in statistics, which are the obtaining the data, diba? What will be the population and sample, and then we discuss as well the probability sampling techniques, how to execute, how to utilize each and every one of them, and then we also discuss about the probability, how to compute the probability using the theorem number 1, and then we also had the random variables, events, experiments, and then the sample space, how to construct sample space, how to recognize the events, and then what will be the difference between random variable and events. Now here, uh, I here we will define the discrete probability distribution. So when we say discrete probability distribution, it is the distribution of each possible outcomes to their respective probabilities. At the same time, the possible values here are countable, either countable or infinite. We can represent the discrete probability distribution using the concept of probability mass function. This is probability, this is typo. So, kung meron kang discrete probability distribution, pwede mo siya i-convert into piecewise function so that you will generate its probability mass function. Now, take note and bear in mind, I also discussed this reminder last week. The sum of all probabilities under PMF is equal to what? Can you type in the comment section what is the totality of all probabilities involved under the discrete probability distribution or probability mass function? Yes, Legaspi.
One po, sir.
Ha?
One po.
Si 1. Okay, that's correct, no? 1. Si Legaspi, di ba? Ikaw yung nakaupo sa harapan. Tama ba yun? Pagkakalala ko.
Opo.
Katabi mo yung dalawang girl, no? Sige. So the sum is always equal to 1. Okay? So when you see this symbol, okay, in mathematics, you have to perform bunch of additions. So lagi niyong titignan tong portion na to. Ibig sabihin, ito yung term na kailangan nating i-add ng i-add. For example, P of X equal small x, then start ka dun sa minimum, which is 1, then add ka ulit. I mean, this is the first time you will add to our second term, P of X equal X sub 2, okay, plus, that's the second time, then you can insert an ellipsis for you to arrive at the last part, which is P of X equal to X sub, and the subscript here is located at the upper part of the sigma notation, which is N. Then all these probabilities must yield to sum of 1. Okay. That's the meaning behind this symbol. Okay. So, for example, the table below tells us the probability of selling a car unit in a given day. What do you observe based on the given table? If you have 0, the probability is 0.41 or 41%. If we have 1, that will be 37%, and so on until we reach the 4, which corresponds to probability of 0.01. What do you notice under this example, class? Anyone who would like to volunteer?
Hello po.
Yes,
Guerrero po.
Guerrero,
Ang
sige.
sum po niya is equal to 1 po.
The sum is equal to 1. Yes, very good. Sum is equal to 1 based on our previous definition, di ba? And it makes sense naman, di ba? Selling a car unit, hindi siya biro, di ba? So it makes sense na sa isang particular day, mataas yung chance na wala kang mabenta kasi hindi naman lagi may bumibili araw-araw, di ba? So 41%. And then may chance na may bumiling isang kliyente, car unit, 37% lang. And then habang dumadami yung possible amounts of car na pwedeng mabenta, bumababa yung chance, di ba? Maliit yung probability na makabenta ka ng 4, di ba? Ng 3. So, tama naman. Makikita niyo yan, yung mga probability distribution function with a sum of 1, minsan sa mga polls, no? Halimbawa, yung sa mga PBB, di ba? Yung sino yung mga may evict. Pansinin mo yung mga sum ng mga percentage nila. Halimbawa, yung may pinakamataas na boto, yun yung may evict. Halimbawa. So, halimbawa, 67% dun sa isang tao. Tapos yung isa, 10%. Yung isa naman is 5%. Yung isa naman, 3%. Hanggang makabuo tayo ng 100. Ganun din sa mga polls in terms of politics. Sa mga iba pang situation, ano pang pwede nyo i-relate na kung saan yung result ng mga votes will yield into 100% as its sum. Can you give or can you cite other scenarios? Napain ng isip?
Sir, ano po ulit yung tanong?
Mapagbigay ba kayo ng iba pang sitwasyon na kung saan may napapansin kayong ganitong table, not necessarily table, pwede mga nasa form of bar graph, no, or pie chart, na kung saan pag in-add mo lahat ng mga percentage na involved, magiging 100%. Ay, sir. Lolo ka talaga. Ikaw pa? Okay, sige. Na? Sige. Alright, let's have this another example. Find the value of k wherein once you found out its value, you can now compute the probability of at most 3 and probability of greater than 6. Sige. Any idea how to solve this problem? Kasi, kailangan muna natin yung k. Dahil yung value ni k siya yung magiging stepping stone mo to find probability of most 3 and greater than 6. Gabriel. Yes po.
Ano sir, i-add po yung probability po ng lahat ng po may K tapos equals po sa 1. Tapos solve for K po.
Sino po mga i-add ko dyan?
Yung probability po yung K, 2K, 2K mga. Tapos equals po sa 1. Tapos solve for K po.
Okay, that's correct. Let us add all the probabilities within this table and then equate to 1. Now, that's correct. Solve for K is the next process. What will be the new equation once we simplified the left-hand side? Ito, mga magkakamag-anak to, di ba? Similar terms. So, maybe we can add the coefficients. 1 plus 2 plus 2, 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, 9. So, we have 9K. And then here, this term contains K squared. So, this is 10K squared, no? 1 plus 2 plus 7, 10K squared. So, this will give us 9K plus 10K squared equal 1. Okay, good. And then, pwede natin siyang rearrange to arrive sa quadratic equation. Okay, this will give us in equivalent form 10K squared plus 9K. And then we subtract 1 both sides from the second row. That's why nakuha natin to, si third row. How to find the K? How to find the K? Anyone who can compute for the value of K? This is quadratic equation, no? We can apply the completing the square, quadratic formula, or if possible, you can use factoring.
May naka-raise po na hand sir.
Meron ba? Hindi ko kasi nakikita eh. Sebastian. Yes.
Hello, sir. Rinig po ba ako? Sir?
Yes po.
The value of K po, I just use factoring po. So the result was x plus quantity x plus 10 and quantity x minus 1. So
Again, sorry.
So I just use factoring po. So the result po is K plus 10 and quantity K minus 1. So since po na I think hindi naman po pwede ang negative. So ang final value po ng K is 1.
K plus 10 times K minus 1. Tama po ako ng dinig.
Yes, sir.
Factoring. Sige nga, try natin. K plus 10, K minus 1.
Ay, sir, mali pala ako, sir. Mali pala ako. Nakalimutan ko po i-divide po. So, ang nangyayari po, x plus 1 and 10x minus 1.
Okay. Hindi X It should be K
Sorry po. So, K po.
K plus 1, then 10K minus 1. Tama.
Opo.
Sige, i-foil natin yan. 10K square, negative K plus 10K, that is 9K. Oh, this is correct. No? This is the correct factors. Now, how to solve for K? Once na nandito ka na, Barcelona.
Equate po both equation to 0 po.
To 0. Okay. Then,
Then po, transfer lang po natin yung equation po. So, we will arrive in K equals negative 1 and K equals 1 over 10 po. So, dahil po naman, I think bawal po ang negative. So, 1 over 10 po.
ba't bawal ang negative?
Since it is probabilities po.
And 1 over 10, tingin mo qualified siya sa katangian ni probability?
Yes po. Since between po siya ng 0 and 1.
Very good. 1 over 10 is the appropriate value for K. Though we have two answers, but you have to analyze what will be the proper value. Yes, that's correct. K is equal to 1 over 10. Siguro naman kaya nyo na solve for K kapag nandito na kayo, di ba? You have to equate to 0 both terms. K plus 1 equals 0 or 10K minus 1 equals 0. Within my PowerPoint, I just use the quadratic formula. This is the A, this is the B, this is the C. And then I just substitute all the coefficients. A is for 10, B is for 9, C is for negative 1. And then I arrive at negative 9 plus or minus square root of 121 all over 20. 121 is a perfect square, so we can deduce this as 11. So you have negative 9 plus 11 or negative 9 minus 11. So both procedures will yield to negative 1 and 1 over 10. Okay, so that's the K. Now, may K ka na, pwede mo nang sagutan to. No? What's the probability of at most 3? Okay. So, kung at most 3 lang, ibig sabihin, you have to consider all possible values sa left side ni 3, excluding the 3. So, sino-sino yun? Ang pipiliin nyo lang is itong portion na to. I'm sorry. We have to include 3 pala, no? At most 3. Less than 3 pala yung nasa isip ko. So, probability of x less than or equal to 3. So, lahat ng possible value sa left side ni 3, including the 3. So, this one. So, yun yung mga i-add natin. 0 plus k plus 2k plus 2k. And this will become 5k. This is the time to use the value of k, which is 1 over 10. And we will have 1/2. Anyone who can compute for probability of greater than 6? Can you try it? Greater than 6. May nagtataas ba? So, hindi ko na napapasok to. Imagine niyo, no? Sino lang yung involved dyan na possible value pag greater than 6? Sungkitin mo lang yung corresponding k niya. I mean, corresponding probability niya. Tapos substitute mo si k.
17/100 po po, sir.
17/100. Sige ma'am, paano mo nakuha yan?
Bali po, since greater than 6 po, ibig sabihin po, hindi na po kasama yung 6 and doon lang po sa 7. So,
Okay.
yung ginamit ko po is 7k squared plus k. So, ano lang po, sinubstitute ko lang po yung 1/10, then ang nakuha ko po is 17/100 or 0.17 po.
Okay, kasi pag ito, pinerform natin to, this will turn to 1/100 and this is 7/100 na. Plus 1/10, kunin lang natin yung, multiply tayo ng 10, numerator and denominator. Wala namang mababago dyan, di ba? Kahit mag-multiply tayo ng ganyan. Kasi 1 pa din naman yan eh. 10 divided by 10 is 1. Wala maapektuhan. So, magiging 10/100. Ginawa natin yun para maging similar yung denominator at para makuha natin yung may mabilis yung sum, which is 17/100. Very good. This is correct. Okay. Do we have questions pertaining to this example? Any concerns? Are we good here?
Yes, sir.
Yes
Okay.
po. Yes po.
Okay, thank you. Last question. What is the probability of between 1 to 4? Between 1 to 4. Marcos, sino pala yung nagsalita kanina? Yung babae?
Karanto po.
Karanto. Okay, thank you. Marcos.
If between 1 to 4 po, since 1 to 4 po is gagamitin lang po yung 2 and 3, which is both 2k. And yung na-arrive po sa akin na answer is 1.4 po.
0.4. Okay. So yun yun yung mga misconceptions natin na itatama natin, class. Sa context ng statistics, when we hear or when we read the term between, we have to include the boundaries. So kung between 1 to 4, kailangan mo pa rin kunin yung mismong 1 and then yung mismong 4. So again, Marcus, tatama lang natin ha, pero nandun pa rin yung thought. Kuha mo pa rin naman. So kung ganun yung kaso, can you provide the proper probability from the said question?
Sige po, ilan po.
Sige po. Anyway, class, pag kayo ay mag-denote ng probabilities, di ba last week, I told you, you can use either event term, event notation, tsaka random variable notation. So, we prefer to utilize random variable notation. Why? Kasi mas nakokontrol mo yung directions ng mga possible values, katulad nito. Pag sinabi kong a probability of at most 3, kaya mo siyang convert into mathematical term sa ganitong way, in convenient manner. Greater than 6, kaya mo siyang paikot-ikutin kung ano yung mga possible directions ng inequalities. And ito naman yung between. Unlike sa event, purely ilang, diba? Wala siyang inequality symbol. So yun, advice lang naman yun. So balik tayo kay Marcus. So what's the updated answer?
I think po it's 4/5 po.
That's correct, 4/5. So once we add the probabilities from 1 to 4, again class ha, pag narinig niyo yung word na between, kasama palagi yung boundaries. Kung between 1 to 4, kailangan mong idamay yung 1 at saka si 4. And then yung numbers in the middle of those values. So k plus 2k plus 2k plus 3k will give us 8k. And k is 1 over 10. This is now 8 over 10. Simplify 4 over 5. Okay, screenshot. Wala yan sa PowerPoint. Okay, kung pwede na tayo pumunta ng next topic, paki-type po ang DPD. 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 Discrete probability distribution. I guess walang tanong, no? Sige, thank you, students. Move forward tayo. Expected value. Expected value, hindi ko na babasahin yan, ha? Explain ko na agad. Expected value, ito, from the original terms, yun yung ine-expect mong value in the future, no? Ang expectation, 'di ba, is hindi nangyayari in actual or pwedeng mangyari mismo. Halimbawa, you are expecting na sasagutin ka nung nililigawan mo. Pero pwedeng sagutin ka nga niya talaga, pwedeng hindi. You are expecting na mananalo sa bingo. Pwedeng manalo ka, pwedeng hindi. 'Di ba? You are expecting to pass sa isang entrance exam in a certain university. Pwedeng pumasa, pwedeng hindi. Ganon din dito. You are expecting a future value na pwedeng mangyari, pwedeng hindi. Okay? Kung hindi man siya mangyayari, yung eksaktong value, at least ma-attain natin or ma-achieve natin yung nearby values. Halimbawa, you're expecting to have 10 pesos for the next month. Hindi man mangyari yung eksaktong 10 pesos, at least malapit dun sa 10. Pwedeng 9, pwedeng 11, pwedeng 12, pwedeng 8. Okay? That's the expected value. The long-term average or mean. Ito yung aasahan mo kapag paulit-ulit mong sinusubukan yung given na experiment. Okay? Pag repeated trials ang pina-perform natin dun sa specific experiment na yun, binibigyan ka ng degree of confidence na, ito yung makukuha kong value pag patuloy ko siyang ginagawa. Okay? So the probability, the formula here will be summation of x sub I times p of x sub I from 1 to n, and we can denote this as capital E of x. So, ngayon, kung i-expand mo siya, this will turn into x sub 1 times p of x sub 1 plus x sub 2 times p of x sub 2 blah 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 hanggang marating mo yung last part na x sub n times p of x sub n. I hope this is clear. Okay. Let's have an example. You are an engineer in a development company. Your manager just asks you to assess the viability of future development projects and select the most promising one. According to estimates, Project A, upon completion, shows a probability of 40%, which has a value of $2 million, and you can obtain $500,000, but here the probability is higher, which is 60%. Under the project B, they can offer 3 million. Pero if we compare from project A, mas mababa yung probability niya, though mas mataas yung value, 'di ba? Pero doon naman sa second offer ni project B, they can offer 200,000, pero mataas naman yung chance na makuha mo. Now, as an engineer, sino pipiliin mo? Is it project A or project B? Binigyan ka niya ng sponsor, bibigyan ka ng sponsor ng dalawang projects sa kumpanyang pinapasukan mo. Kapag patuloy mo silang tinatanggap na mag-sponsor sa inyo, after a certain time, pwedeng mag-yield yan into a certain amount din. Siyempre, as an engineer, pipiliin mo yung mas may taas yung value, yung may mataas na offer. Diba? Sino ang mag-yield dyan ng may mataas na offer habang patuloy silang nag-i-sponsor sa inyo?
Project A po.
Sige ma'am, can you give the computation based on
Ano,
our given formula? Hindi po.
bali po sa project A po, i-multiply po muna yung 2 million sa 0.4. Then, yung isa naman po na 500, multiply naman po sa 0.6. Bali, once na na-compute po yan, ang magiging sagot po is $1.1 million po. While sa project B po, same lang po ng process. Multiply po yung 0.3 sa 3 million, then yung 200 sa 0.7, then ipapag-add. Then yung makukuha po is $1,040,000 po, which is mas mababa po siya kaysa sa project A.
Okay, very good. Pangalan mo ma'am?
Garanto po.
Granto ulit. Okay, thank you. Tingnan nyo kasi. Si Project B, malaki na to eh. Not bad yan. Not bad. Pero kasi may isa pang nag-o-offer ng mas malaki. Diba? E di, ikaw, nasa sa'yo na yun eh. Pero kung magbe-base ka doon sa numbers, ito yung pipiliin mo. So, expected value can provide proper decision making. Bumabase ka sa data. Okay? Hindi ka basta-basta nagde-decide based on your own feelings, based on your own perception. Babase ka sa numbers, sa data. So, ito pipiliin natin. Si $1,100,000. Okay, good. So, dito, ito yung x sub 1. Ito yung probability na mangyayari yung x sub 1 plus x sub 2 and then times the probability of x sub 2. Same reasoning under project B. So, in notation, pwede mo siya isulat as x sub I times p of x sub I. Tapos si I, umaandar mula 1 hanggang 2. Kasi may dalawang options lang na available per project. I hope this is clear. Okay, next. You decided to join a raffle and purchase 1 ticket. It costs $10 each. The raffle manager is selling 7,000 tickets. 1 ticket will be randomly drawn and the winner will receive $20,000. Assume that there were only 5,500 tickets sold. What's the expected value? Can you try this one? I will give you 5 minutes to analyze the given data. Use the formula. Okay, off muna ako ng cam ha. See you in 5. Okay. Red. Sige po. Are you raising your hand?
Yes po, sir. So, correct me if I'm wrong na lang po. Bale, yung ginawa ko po kasi, dinisregard ko na po yung 7,000 since 5,500 po yung nasold. So, ang ginawa ko pong solution is, since isa lang po yung ticket na binili niya, so 1 over 5,500 times yung makukuha niya po, which is 19,990 lang po. Since yung binili nga niyang ticket is $10.
Hmm.
Yung ano naman po, probability na matatalo siya is 5,499 over 5,500 times -10 kasi yun po yung nabawas na pera sa kanya. So, upon checking po, yung naging summation niya po is -70 over 11 or in decimal, -$6.36 po.
Wait lang ha. Sulat ko lahat ng mga sinabi mo. Ito, yung 1 over 5,500, sino nire-represent nito?
Kapag nanalo po siya yung binili niyang ticket.
Probability of winning. Okay. Sino ang X mo dito? Maybe we can treat this as X sub 1. So, hindi ako naka-on cam. Okay. What's the value of X sub 1 here? 19,900.
900 po.
90. 990. Bakit? Bakit yun?
Kasi sir, 20,000 yung mapapanalunan niya. Pero ima-minus mo pa dun yung ginastos mo sa pagbili ng ticket, which is $10. So, yun po yung ginawa.
Oo nga naman, nanalo ka ng 20K pero nabawasan ng 10 dahil pinanggastos mo doon sa ticket na yun, no? So, ito, probability ng mangyayari si X sub 1. Then, X sub 2 is -10. Why negative?
Si sir, nabawas po sa kanya.
Talo. Okay. So, yung loss na term equivalent to negative value. So, here we have P of X sub 2. Sino mas malaki dito, Red? P of X sub 1 or P of X sub 2?
P of X sub 2 po.
Yes, mas malaki chance mong matalo. No? So, meron na tayong mga appropriate values. Pwede mo na yung ilatag sa formula. Okay, ito. Where I ranging from 1 to 2. So, here we have 19,990. Don't forget to use the currency times the probability, which is 1 over 5,500 plus -$10 times 5,499 over 5,500. And then, nakuha mo is, again, negative
70 over 11 po.
in decimal form.
-$6.36 po.
How will you interpret the answer?
Sa pagkakaintindi ko po, ano po, magkakalus ka ng $6.36 po per ticket.
I-recommend mo siya na laruin?
Hindi, sir. Kasi parang mas mataas yung probability na matalo ka talaga.
Yes. Yung negative na resulta, tumutukoy yan sa pagkatalo. So, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, expected value is the long-term average. Pag narinig yung word na average, that's the mean. No? Yun yung usual or typical value na pwede mong makuha. Every repeated trials. So, pag paulit-ulit mo ginagawa yan, yung pag-join dyan, lagi kang sumasali, no? Eventually, pwede kang makakuha ng talo which is $6. Ngayon, bakit $6 lang. Kung araw-araw ka, puro talo. Dito, binibigyan pansin din yung time na nanalo ka. So, halimbawa, nanalo ka na. Tapos, umulit ka na naman, natalo ka ulit. Tapos, natalo na naman sa susunod na pagkakataon, natalo ulit. So, eventually, mag-yield yan into negative $6. So, ang moral lesson dito, pag nanalo ka na, tigil mo na. No? Huwag mo nang ulitin ulit yung pagsali. Kasi nga, pwede mong ma-achieve yung mismong inaasahang value soon. Yun po yung ating expected value. Ganun din sa previous example natin. Pag paulit-ulit na nag-sponsor sa'yo yung project A, eventually, mapaproject mo, ito yung estimated value na pwede makuha ng company niyo, which is $1,100,000. Very good. This is the correct solution. I hope most of you or all of you has the same answer. Any question around expected value? Okay na tayo? Okay. Next po ay the binomial distribution. Dito sa binomial distribution class, ginagamit siya kapag ang outcome nyo ay may dalawang pwedeng ibigay lang. So, halimbawa, yung pass or fail, healthy and sick, male or female. So, yun yung mga binary outcomes na tinatawag. No? Kasi diba pag binary numbers tayo, 1 and 0 lang, 2 options lang. No? Si binomial distribution, it was established by Johann Bernoulli, and then the formula is located within this slide. So B stands for binomial. It should be capital B. Okay. B of X and P is equal to C of NX times P raised to X times Q raised to N minus X. Now, C represents combination. Okay? Kung maalala nyo, ang combination formula is n factorial divided by n minus k factorial multiply the result to k factorial. Okay. So, ito pong form na to, siya po yung C na tinutukoy sa formula natin. Okay? But here, we use X. So, instead of K, we will use variable letter X. Okay? But in general, no, in tradition, books or authors use K. Ganyan siya, ha? P is the probability of success on an individual trial, and then Q is the probability of failure on an individual trial. Take note dito, class, the probabilities of P and Q are independent. When we say independent, hindi siya naaapektuhan ng iba pang variables, no? Pag sinabing dependent, naapektuhan siya. So, ano ba ang impact pag naapektuhan or dependency variable? Ibig sabihin, yung probability mo nagva-vary. Pwedeng mag-iba-iba. Every trial, halimbawa, first trial, 1/2 the probability. Tapos, sa second trial mo, pwedeng mabago yung probability, maging 1/3. Depende kung ano yung impact na binigay ng ibang variable. Pero here, in binomial distribution, the probabilities are independent. Okay, they are constant. Kung 1/2 ang probability mo sa first trial, sa second trial, 1/2 pa rin. Sa third trial, 1/2 pa din. Wala makaka-apekto doon. Tuloy-tuloy siya. Okay. So, paano ba gumagana si binomial distribution? If you remember, the probability mass function under the experiment of tossing a coin 2 times or flipping a coin 2 times, di ba sabi natin, The sample space here is HH, HT, TH, and double T. And then probability na makakuha ka ng eksaktong 1 head is 1/2. Probability na makakuha ka ng 2 heads or no head is 2/4. I mean 1/4, sorry. Okay. So ito lang yung mga possible. Ngayon, let us try to relate um, the given PMF to our binomial distribution. So, pag no head, ang x ko 0. 'Di ba? Kasi your random variable x corresponds to number of heads. Kaya kung ang 0 siya, no head. Ngayon, kung gagamitin natin tong formulang to, ang gagawin mo lang is to substitute the corresponding values. Yung 0, automatically dito siya ilalagay. No? Pero ngayon, sino ang magsaserve as your n? Babalikan mo yung definition. Sino yung n? N is the number of times the experiment runs. Sino ang n ko dito? Gaspi.
Yung 2 po, sir.
Bakit 2?
Kasi po, ipi-flip niyo po yung coins ng 2 times. Yung
If
n po,
coins.
yung
Ang
n po is yung number of times na ira-run yung experiment.
Very good. N is 2. How about P? Thank you, Legaspi. What's the value of P?
One half po.
1/2. Are you sure?
Opo.
Why 1/2?
Yung ano po, total number ng success is 1 half.
Total number of success.
Ay, yung no head pala, sir.
You know head. Okay. So 1/2. Okay. Ngayon, check naman natin yung C of nx. C of nx. Kung i-convert mo siya dito sa given formula na nilagay ko, given na yung n and x, magiging n, which is 2 factorial, divided by n minus x. Ang x natin here is 0, so you have 2 minus 0 factorial times 0 factorial. Okay. Anyway, recall natin, ano ba yung factorial class? Paano gumagana yun? What is 4 factorial?
Ano sir, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1.
Yes. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. How about 3 factorial? This is 3 times 2 times 1. 2 factorial is 2 times 1. 1 factorial is simply 1. No? How about 0 factorial?
One, sir.
Bakit 1? Yes, that's correct. 1 yan. Pero ba't kaya siya 1? May napansin ba kayong pattern? Di ba decreasing lang siya, no? Start ka dun sa, kung ano yung mismong given na n. Kung 4, start ka sa 4. Then, pababa. Until you reach 1. Di ba sabi ng mga teacher nyo nung high school kayo, 0 factorial is 1. Check nyo tong 3 factorial. Di ba ang 3 factorial, pwede mong isulat to as, I'm sorry, dito tayo sa 4. Okay. Hindi ko na namalayan natapos na pala yung isa. Okay. Habol na lang yung papasok ulit. Balik tayo dun sa kanina. Dito tayo, no? Pa-heart track po ako kung sharing screen. Making sure na walang technical issue. Okay, thank you. Balik tayo dito. Yung mapapansin nyo, yung 3 factorial, may pattern siya eh. Pwede ito isulat as 4 factorial over 4. Can you try it? Can you try to evaluate this one? Diba 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 4. Then this one will cancel. So they have the same values. No? 3 times 2 times 1. 3 times 2 times 1. Okay. Tapos, pwede mong gawin yan inductively para naman kay 2. Si 2, siya naman ay 3 factorial over 3. Since pwede yan isulat as 3 times 2 times 1 over 3. And this will cancel. So, 2 times 1, the same sa quantity na mayroon si 2 factorial. And then 1 factorial is 2 factorial over 2. So, this is 2 times 1 over 2. Cancel. They are now the same. 1. 1. Si 0 factorial, kung nasa 3 ka, kukunin mo yung ahead sa kanya, which is si 4. Kung nasa 2 factorial ka, kunin mo yung ahead, which is si 3. Kung ikaw ay nasa 1, adjust ko 1 unit above. So, 2 factorial. Kung 1 factorial, yun nga, 2 factorial. Kung 0 factorial, this will turn into 1 factorial over 1. And 1 factorial is 1, given yon divided by 1 is equal to 1. Kaya ang 0 factorial is 1. Okay. So, pag may nakita yung 0 factorial, 1 po yan ha. So, solve na natin to. 2 times 1 over 2 minus 0 is 2 factorial, which is also 2 times 1. And then 0 factorial is 1. So, 2 times 1 is 2. Sa baba is also 2. The answer is 1. So, 1 po ito. Okay. Times. What is P raised to X? P is the probability. Okay? Probability, di ba, pag nag-toss ka ng coin, either heads or tails lang naman. So, the probability niya is 1/2. Okay. Sa second toss mo, ang chance mo makuha ang head or tail is also 1/2. Sa third toss mo, ang chance mo makuha ang head or tail is also 1/2. Fourth toss, 1/2 ulit. So, independent. Walang kinalaman yung second trial para makaapekto sa first trial mo, third trial, fourth trial, and so on. Okay. Lagi siyang 1/2. So, dito, ang x ko given na which is 0 times q. Q is the probability na hindi lalabas yung head. Diba? The sum of all probabilities is 1. So, kung 1/2 yung probability of success, i-minus mo lang yung probability of success from 1, makukuha mo yung probability of failure, which is also 1/2. Okay. So, si Q is also 1/2. I hope this is clear, no? Now, the exponent of Q is n minus x. You can recognize the value since we already have the values of n and x, and that is 2 and 0 respectively. Sorry, ba't pula to? Okay, so ito ay magiging 2 minus 0. And then, evaluate, we have 1 times 1 raised to 0. Any number raised to 0 except 0 is always 1. Bawal ang 0 raised to 0 ha. Hindi siya 1 ha. Indeterminate yun. 1/2 raised to 2 is 1/4. Ayan. 1 times 1 times 1/4 is 1/4. Kaya natin nakuha to. Okay. So you can also try at x equals 1 at x equals 2. Same process. Makukuha mo yung same answer. Bakit applicable ang tossing of coin sa binomial distribution? Anyone who can answer that?
Kasi sir, dalawa lang yung pwedeng dalawa lang yung pagpipilian na option if it's either heads or tails. So, since
Tama.
by the word itself, dalawa po yung kailangan.
Yes. Binomial, 'di ba sabi sa high school math, binomial is a mathematical expression that contains two terms, bicycle, 'di ba? Ano yung mga may dalawang gulong, no? 'Yun. Or yun nga, binomial, or kung isang person is dalawa yung pagkatao, 'di ba? At ang ganun, no? Dalawa ang outcomes, mga binary. So, dalawa lang ang posibleng mangyari. Tossing ako yung head or tail. So, applicable siya. Doon mo yung gagamitin si BD. Okay, so skip na natin yan. Sinulat ko na yung mga answer. Then, same process lang under at x equals 1. Ito kasi, 2 tosses lang. Isa pang dahilan kung bakit mo dapat gamitin si binomial distribution ay kapag madaming trials kang ginawa. Provided na 2 outcomes pa rin ang binibigay na result ha. So, paano kung 10 times kang nag-toss, 20 times ka nag-toss? Ang hirap gumawa ng tree diagram. Diba? Yeah, mahirap. So, ang magbibigay sa'yo ng mabilisang sagot, si binomial distribution. No? Binomial distribution plays an important role, especially when a certain experiment perform a bunch of trials. That is, the value of n is way too large. Halimbawa, you toss a coin 10 times. What's the probability of getting exactly 6 heads? Sige, try natin to. We have the binomial of x, diba? N. Then, ano yung isa pang parameter dito? P. Okay. Sino ang x? Yun ang paproblemahan nyo sa una. Sino ang x? Sino ang n? Sino ang p? Pag nakilala nyo na sila, pwede mo nang gamitin yung formula. Sino ang x?
Yung 6 po.
Correct. Yung 6. N.
10 po.
10 po.
Ang P. Pag nagtoss ka ng coin,
1/2.
ng tigi-isa, 1/2. So, pwede mo nang gamitin yung formula natin. We have n factorial over n minus k factorial times k factorial. So, we have 10 factorial over n minus k, which is 10 minus 6 factorial over 6 factorial times 1/2 raised to x. X is 6 times yung kalahati, no? O yung matitira sa 1/2 pag minus natin sa 1 is also 1/2, which is the probability of failure. Kasi ito n minus x, which is 10 minus 6. Okay. So ito, evaluate natin ha. Guys, kayo as an engineering student, pwede kayong mag-calcu dito. Sa exam, quizzes, magka-calcu kayo talaga. Ang problema niya lang kung saan makikita yung mga buttons ng combination. Aralin niyo yun, ha? Okay. 10 factorial over 4, 6 factorial, then times 1 raised to 6 is 1, then 2 raised to 6 is 64. Kung di ako nagkakamali, pa-correct lang po ako. Times, this is 4, so 1 raised to 4 is 1, 2 raised to 4, that will be 16. Ayusin natin itong combination. Yung 10 factorial, pwede ko itong gawing 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 factorial. Nasunod yun. Nakasunod dun. Bakit kaya 6 factorial na lang nilagay ko dun?
Si sir pwedeng ma-cancel kasi may 6 sa...
Oo. Merong 6 factorial sa baba. No? Dapat marunong kayong makiramdam. No? Dapat maramdaman nyo yun na dapat mangyayari yung bagay na yun. May 6 factorial kasi dito. Kasi yung 6 factorial is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, bakit hindi ko na lang siya isulat as 6 factorial? Kasi ito may 4 factorial dito. Eh, wala namang 4 factorial sa taas. Huminto na tayo at 6 factorial. Cancel na to. So, yung 4 factorial, pwede ko yung ilatag ng ganito. Tapos, check mo yung mga pwedeng ma-eliminate. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Ano pa mga pwedeng ma-eliminate dyan? Ito.
9 and 3.
9 and 3. This is 3. Ito, pwede itong mawala. 10, this is 5. 4, this is 2. Yun, lumiit na kahit papano. Diba? Meron ba tayong na-miss? Wala na, no? Sige. What is 5 times 3 times 4 times 7?
$420 po.
420. Okay. Tapos sa baba, 2 times 1 lang. So, 2. O, ano kalahatin ng 420? 200. 210. Okay. Hindi yun yung sagot sa buong tanong natin. So, yung 210, yung pa lang yung combination. So, 210 times 1 over 64 times 1 over 16. Okay, what's the answer here? In decimal na lang.
20.51% po.
Sige, verify ko din ha. So, this is 210 over 1,024. Now, in decimal, 20 point, ano yung nakuha mo? Red?
20.51% po.
Okay, that's correct. 20.51%. This is the probability. Na sa 10 toss mo, 6 yung heads na lalabas. Mababa yan. Kasi hindi pa umangat or lumagpas ng 50. Kasi the probabilities between 0 to 50, those are less likelihood. Pag 51 to 100, high likelihood. Okay, screenshot po. Tama ba tayo nakuha? Yun, tama. Ha? May mali ako. Ito yung mali ko. 57 yun nandito.
Sir, yung nasa calculator po kasi 20.507. So baka po na mali ka lang dun, sir.
Nagkamali lang ako dito. Sa portion na to. Thank you. Anong chance na makaka-perfect ka? Given na random yung question, tapos yung mga tanong din at the same time is wala kang idea kung ano yung tama doon. Kasi 'di ba kung confident ka per item, magma-matter 'yun eh. Pwedeng maiba or tumaas yung chance. Dito sinasabi sa example na to, given or provided na no idea ka sa mga questions, ano yung chance mong maka-perfect? Taranto, yes po. Pwede mo i-try? Tatry mo ba? Taranto, hello?
Ay, hello po, sir. Bali, ang ginawa ko po, sir, yung X ko po is 20. N ko po is 20 din.
Wait lang 20. Next.
N ko po is 20 din, sir.
20 din, okay.
Tapos, yung probability po is 1/4.
Bakit 1/4?
Kasi po, sir, since apat po yung choices, so meron ka pong, parang 1/4 na chances na tama ka po na napili.
Per item.
Yes po.
Diba, pag nagsulat ka na number 1, 0.25 ang chance mo. Sa number 2, ganun pa rin, may 4 na choices ulit. So, 0.25 ulit. Nagigets nyo, class?
Yes.
Number 3, 0.25 na naman. So, independent yung probabilities per item. Very good. This is 1/4. So, paano
Then, sunod naman po, C, then 2020 din po. Copy lang. Tapos,
Sige,
And
i-diretso na natin
factorial
again to.
over, 20 minus 20 factorial po. Bali, 1 na lang po doon.
Sige,
So,
sulat lang natin muna ng ganyan.
then 20 factorial po
Mm-mm.
times 1/4 raised to 20 po.
Okay, correct.
Then 3/4 raised to 20 minus 20, which is 0 po.
Bakit 3/4?
Kasi po yun po yung chances na yung iba po pong chances na kunwari po magkakamali po kayo. Which is, ang ginawa ko po kasi yung 1/4 po, minus ko na lang po sa 1. Kaya po nakuha ko po yung Q.
Correct.
3/4 raised to 0 na po.
Kasi 20 minus 20 na.
Yes po.
Mm.
Bali yung sa factorial po, 1 na po siya. 1 times,
O, kasi cancel to.
yes
Tapos
po.
yung 0 factorial is 1.
Yes po.
Okay, 1 na lang.
Bali 1 times 1/4 raised to 20 po.
Yan, ito kailangan niya i-calculate to.
Times 1 na po.
Okay, kasi any number except 0 raised to 0 is always 1. Sige.
Yes po. Bali po medyo malaki po kasi pag naka-fraction. So yung una ko po nakuha po is 9.09 times 10 raised to negative 13 po. Then kapag gagawin po siyang percent po, magiging
Wait lang. 9
9.09
times.
times 10 raised to negative 13.
Sige. Paano yan? Paano to pag may negative 13?
Bali po yung decimal point po, mamomove po siya to the left. So parang
To the left.
0.000, ganun po.
Bakit left?
Kasi po negative po siya. Yung
Yes.
exponent po ng 10.
Rule ng scientific notation yun, no?
Yes
Pakaliwa
po.
tayo. Sige. Bali,
Bali
halimbawa,
kapag
dito yung
naka-percentage naman po,
9.09. Usog
yes
tayo
po.
ng 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ang galing ko magbilang. 0, nandito na yung decimal. Tapos, dito mo ilalagay yung mga zeros na nagpo-core nang nilipat natin yung decimal point. So, how many zeros yan? Dami, no? 12? 12 ba? Hindi, 13. Hindi, 12. Tama. 12. Kasi 13 yung usog natin eh. So, paano yung interpretation mo dyan?
Bali
Karanto?
po, yung chance po na maka-perfect score po ay 0% po since kapag gagawin po natin siyang percentage, lang naman din po yun. Magiging 0% pa rin po siya. So, bali po, parang walang chance na maka-perfect ka po.
May chance naman.
Mababa
Sobrang
lang po
liit lang. Oo, sobrang liit lang. Ganyan yung chance niya pag nanghula kayo tapos naka-perfect po kayo class. Kasi itatrancate niya yan eh. Puputulin niyo yung entire decimal eh. Let's say to the nearest hundreds. Yan. Round up yan to the nearest 100. 0% pa rin talaga. I hope this is clear. Okay? Naintindihan po yung example. Okay, good.
Yes po.
Okay po. Okay, let's try this one. A couple. I think this will be our last example. By next meeting, we will discuss the 2 remaining distributions. Last example. I will give you 5 minutes again to answer this one. Okay? Sige po. Okay. Sagot tayo. How about other students? Couple has a plan to give birth of 5 babies. Yung sentence na yon, meron ng hint agad doon, no? The doctor told them that the probability of getting a baby boy is about 38.7%. May hint ulit doon para masagutan mo yung isang variable. If a random variable capital Y corresponds to number of male babies, okay, what's the chance that they will achieve 5 female babies in the future? Red. Sige po.
So, sir, define ko muna kung ano yung NX, tapos yung P, which is yung 38.7. Tapos,
X muna.
Ah.
X muna.
yun, sir. Bali yung N, 5. Kasi 5 try sila na give birth sa 5 babies. Tapos yung X naman is 5 din. Kasi yung gusto nilang ma-achieve is 5 female babies.
Ano ulit? 5 ulit to?
Apo.
Bakit 5?
Kasi sir, yung gusto nilang ma-achieve is exactly 5 female babies din.
Pero Y corresponds to male. We do not use X here. We have to use Y.
Ayun sir pala, Y is equal to 5.
Pero male babies ang tinutukoy ni Y. Sabi mo female yun.
Ay, wait lang sir.
Sige. 5 yung N. Then yung P is 0.387. Oh, what is Y? What are the possible values? Sige, sino po yun?
Sir, if yung Y is yung male babies, 0 siya.
0 siya. Bakit 0?
Kasi sir, yung gusto nilang ma-achieve is 5 female babies.
Okay. Ano ang mga possible values ng small y dito ay 0. 0 pag female. 1, isang male, 4 na female. Pag 2, 3 male, 2 male, 3 female. 3, 4, then 5. So yung possible value of 5, it pertains to 5 males, 0 female. Dito naman, sa 0, 5 female, 0 male. I hope gets po natin yan. So, papalitan natin si small y dito ng 0 na naaayon sa problem. Okay, these are the proper values of y, n, and p. Okay, continue.
Hindi ko lang sure, sir, kung tama pa yung solution ko kasi dahil doon. Pero feeling ko naman. So,
Sige lang po.
yung sa may 38.7 po, yun yung ginawa kong P. So, kinanong ko siya sa decimal para ba-minus ko yung 1 doon para yun yung magiging Q ko. So, yung Q ko na po ngayon is 0.613. Tapos, doon na po tayo sa my combination. Yung sa my combination po is 5 factorial over 5 factorial times 5 minus 5 factorial. Tapos, yung nasa loob po nung
5 minus 5 tayo?
Opo, sir, kasi wait lang.
Pinalitan natin to ng 0.
5 minus 0 na pala. So wait lang sir, calculate ko lang ulit.
Sige po. Yung denominator po, paki-check mo yung updated denominator. Bali, n factorial, n minus y times y factorial. Ganyan na siya. Y, kasi random variable y tayo.
Sir,
So,
equal siya sa 1.
Hindi, i-ano muna natin to. I-dictate mo muna yung mga values.
So, yung 5 factorial magiging, 0 factorial, yung y, 0 factorial siya.
Okay.
Times 5 minus 0.
Okay lang yun? Napagbaligta rin sila ng order?
Okay lang, sir. Kasi multiplication lang naman.
Okay, tama.
Tapos, magiging, yung 5 factorial, 120.
Okay.
Tapos, yung nasa baba rin po is 120 since 0 factorial is equal to 1. Tapos, yung nasa loob is 120. So, 120 over 120 is equal to 1.
Dito tayo sa may P and Q.
So, yung sa P, sir, since yung kanina, 38.7, ginawa kong decimal, naging 0.387 raised to 5.
5, okay. Next.
Next po, sir, yung sa may Q, 0.613 raised to 0 is equal to 1. Kasi lahat naman ng naka-raise sa 0 equal to 1.
Kahit 0 to.
Kasi sir, yun yung male. I mean, tama. Yun yung y. Y is equal to 0.
Y ba? Ano yung nasa
5
formula
minus
natin?
5.
Can you check it sa formula natin?
Kasi sir, yung event is n. 5.
N minus y. N minus y yung nasa formula natin. No?
N minus y. So, 5. Raised to 5 din siya.
Check mo nga mabuti. Tama bang 5 to?
Kasi sir, ang ginawa ko dyan, yung P, naka-raise siya sa 5. Tapos yung Q, naka-raise siya sa 0. Kasi,
Bakit?
kasi
Diba tayo? P raised to y times Q raised to n minus y. So, kung ang P ko is 0.387, ano yung y ko? Tingin ka dito sa mga ginawa natin dito. Ito yung y, ito yung n, ito yung p. Para hindi tayo ma-confuse sa substitution.
So, 5 siya, sir.
Sino po ang 5?
Yung sa Q, sir.
Yung sa Q, because of 5 minus 0.
Yes.
How about sa P? Is this correct?
Hindi, sir. Yun pala yung 0.
Yun yung 0. Okay. Be careful po sa mga substitution po natin. Okay. This is in general sa lahat po nire-remind ko po. Ito ang 0. Sige po. Next.
Wait lang, sir. Compute ko lang.
0.387 is 1. About 0.613 raised to 5.
Decimal siya, sir, So, ang naging value dito sa calculator ko is 0.08655.
Okay, 0.08655. Kompletuhin mo po yung nasa calcu.
7.
7.
035. 25.
25. Guys, ang advice ko sa inyo pag nagko-compute kayo ng ganito, pag hindi pa final answer, huwag po kayong mag-round up or round down. Kung naman po yung kompletong dinisplay ni Calcu, copy nyo lang po muna. Dahil ang pag-round up at pag-round down ay ginagawa sa mismong final answer, ha? Copy lang po muna natin yan. Okay? So, what's the final answer now?
So, sir, final answer po is ganun pa rin since times 1 times 1. So,
1 times 1 times this one, no?
apa.
0.655703525. Then you can now conclude that the probability of y equals 0 is now 8.66%. Tama po ba ako? Ang pag-round up
Yes, sir.
in terms of percentage. Okay, that's the probability. Chance nyo makakuha ng 5 female babies given yung data ni doctor na 38.7%. Sir, paano nakuha yung 38.7%? Sa doctor na yun. Problema niya na yun, paano niya kinuha yun. Basta yun yung information na meron po tayo. Okay. Bakit applicable ang binomial dito? Anyone?
Kasi boy and girl lang po yung ano.
Yes po, boy and girl. 2 outcomes lang po. Okay. Any questions po? Your problem set and your quiz will consist all of these topics, no? Magsasolve kayo ng mga binomial distribution, may given na problem, and then I will allow you to use your calculator but no sharing, no? No borrowing of calculators. Make sure, especially in quizzes and exam, meron po tayong sariling calcu. Pwede kayong manghiram prior the assessment sa mga kaibigan nyo, classmates nyo, mga kamag-anak nyo. Pero bawal po ang mismong hiraman during the assessment. So that's it muna for now. Okay, I hope this is clear. Anyway, I will send your problem set later, no? And you will submit that by next week. Ipapasa ko siya through Google Classroom. The coverage of that will be from the beginning, last week, hanggang dito binomial distribution. Para alam ko kahit papano kung ito bang mga topics na napagdaanan natin as of now ay natutunan po natin bago ako mag-proceed sa next. Okay po. Picture tayo, class. Can you please open your cameras? Next week, face-to-face tayo, ha? Doon tayo sa, ano?
Kailan daw po?
Yes po. 310 po ba? Hello? May magsasalita ba?
Sir, ask ko lang
Yes.
po.
Opo.
Kailan daw po ang quiz?
Quiz. Pag natapos ko na yung, yung next topics, next 2 topics, we will have our quiz. Opo. Next topic, next week, continuation of our discussion to lesson 1.2. Then by next week, that's your quiz. Okay, next week. At sabi ko, pagka quiz, hindi po ako nagpapa-online. So, it should be face-to-face. So, hindi natin schedule next week. Dito po tayo sa main building. Magko-quiz, ha? Suyo po si Sir Oscar Poloyapoy, no? Napaki-heads up po siya na magkakaroon kayo ng face-to-face next week. Baka po kasi online ulit siya sa inyo. Lord Ban. Pasuyo po kay Sir Oscar Poloyapoy. Ha? Opo. Salamat po, ha? Okay. Sige, picture tayo. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Smile. Okay, that's it for today. Ingat po and God bless. See you next week.
Thank you po.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Po, sir.